What's going on, everyone? It's Camilio Salamander, back to bring you the news. On today's Wrestling Report, we have many stories, starting with a recap of AEW Dynamite, an interesting storyline with Austin Theory, and many more stories. Please don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to stay up to date. Now, without further ado, let's cue that intro.
I'm a visionary, revolutionary. I'm a visionary, revolutionary.
The ratings for the most recent episode of WWE NXT are in. The show has received 716,000 live viewers on the USA Network, which is an increase for the previous week of 676,000 viewers. In all reporting 18 to 49 demographics, the show had drew in a 0.15 rating from last week, which received a 0.18 rating. Now, I'm going to kick it off to KB the Mark for the recap of AEW Dynamite.
What's going on, everyone? It's KB the Mark, back to bring you a review of AEW Dynamite, an okay show with incredible action. We started off AEW with a tag team match. Jericho Appreciation Society, Chris Jericho, Ring of Honor Champion, Daniel Garcia, Ring of Honor Pure Champion versus Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta. Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta did pick up the win. It was a great opener. Claudio continues to show why he needs to be in the main event, and this Ring of Jericho run is one of the best runs of his career. Next up, we had a Bryan Danielson interview segment next with Renee Paquette. Danielson talked about being upset with how everything is going around him and how Wheeler Yuta talked back to him. It was interrupted by Wheeler Yuta, and Wheeler Yuta was basically congratulating Bryan Danielson on being angry. Claudio Castagnoli interrupted, said we were going to sit down and talk about this like the gentlemen and adults that we are. Excellent segment. I love that the Blackpool Combat Club, they challenge each other to be the best of the group. As we all know, iron sharpens iron. We then had a number one contenders match for the AEW World Tag Team Championships. FTR versus Swerve in Our Glory. Swerve in Our Glory did get the win off of the Swerve low blow that Keith Lee didn't see, and the Guns were at ringside and they held Cash Wheeler, so he couldn't make the save. Excellent tag match. FTR continues to be the best tag team of the year. This match to me is in contention for a tag team TV match of the year for AEW, and it provided a great ending, and it was a very good way to protect FTR. Next up, we had a Saray backstage segment with Renee Paquette. They were excited to be back working together, which was then interrupted by Britt Baker. It was an okay segment. I'm just ready to figure out why Saray is here, other than a women's revolution for AEW. Next up, we had a MJF promo segment next, where he was being interviewed by Renee Paquette, hyping up the Full Gear main event. It was then interrupted by Stokely Hathaway, in which MJF told him that if he was to touch Jon Moxley, he would be fired because he wants Jon Moxley at 110% so he can earn it. This was a masterclass promo, S-tier promo by MJF. MJF telling Renee to shut up. This was a masterclass promo. S-tier promo by MJF. MJF telling Renee to shut her mouth was absolutely fantastic, and MJF saying he won't use the Dynamite Diamond Ring is an excellent thing to say for the heel heat when he does use it at Full Gear to beat Jon Moxley. Next up, we had Bryan Danielson versus Sami Guevara. Bryan Danielson did get the win here. The match was very entertaining. It was a very good match. Sami starting off hot definitely caught me off guard, but Danielson continues to be the best professional wrestler on the planet. Sami did put in a performance of a lifetime in this very good match. I thought he stood out very well. Next up, we had Riho versus Jamie Hayter. Jamie Hayter did pick up the win. This was a good match. Good to see Riho back in the ring on AEW television. One thing I do hate about this is the women get the 9:20 match slot 95% of the time. They need more time in order to get over, but Riho and Jamie Hayter have great chemistry. I wouldn't mind seeing a title program between these two. After Jamie Hayter picked up the win, Toni Storm did come out and appear to challenge Jamie Hayter or call out Jamie Hayter for maybe a interim AEW Women's World Championship match. Main event time, AEW World Championship match, Jon Moxley versus Penta El Cielo Miedo. Moxley did pick up the win here. An excellent main event. Moxley definitely had to earn it. The package power driver 2.99 spot, absolutely fantastic. Chef's kiss. Moxley having to earn this title match. It can be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you like your champions to be booked. After the match, the Firm came down. MJF came to make the save. He then fired Stokely Hathaway and the Firm beat up MJF and put him through the table on the outside of the ring. Excellent Dynamite. I'm very excited to see what else they have going forward, and also what the pay-per-view is going to be like. Full Gear is shaping up to be a fantastic pay-per-view, and maybe, just maybe, might be better than AEW All Out.
Many fans believe Sami Zayn's alliance with the Bloodline on Friday Night SmackDown is the best ongoing WWE storyline. Jey Uso and the Honorary Uso has been falling out. Zayn's involvement in the Bloodline began in May when Reigns had named him an Honorary Uso. And according to Mirror Sports, the angle has expanded beyond what WWE initially planned for it. Sami will say, "This is one of the most fell-out long-term stories I've ever been a part of. It's long even by WWE standards. Usually we might do 2 or 3 month stories, but I've been aligned with the Bloodline in some respects since April, and we still only kind of scratching the surface to where this is going to go." Austin Theory won the WWE Money in the Bank in July despite not being announced for the match beforehand, and has been holding the briefcase since then. Fans has been wondering how WWE would handle Theory as the owner of the briefcase. Theory, he made a surprise cameo on NXT TV last week, teasing the cash-in by holding up his briefcase on the NXT champion Braun Breaker. However, Theory was nowhere to be seen when Breaker had successfully defended his title at Halloween Havoc last Saturday. According to WrestleVotes, a never-before-seen idea is on the way. There's an idea that he would be the first guy to wait a full year, like the day of, or so, let's say, the night of Money in the Bank next year. That's a storyline. You have to cash this in 2.5 hours. You have to cash this in with 90 minutes. That's the type of thing I know the idea is on the table. That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please be sure to check out more videos for the channel. Don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Once again, I'm Camilio Salamander, signing off. Until the next one.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.